Dear Juliet or Hey Juliet is much better than that song. Let me say. Here's a more thematic song for the episode. Hello, everyone. Is this the least significant eviction of the season? Are we that invested? Like, we want Kelly evicted, but like, it's fine. Like, I don't care that much. Oh man, we want a tie. I haven't listened to any live feed update. Watched the feeds today. Nothing at all. I'm going in blind. Where are we at? We'll talk about Vincent Morgan in a bit. I want to wait for a few more people to funnel in because obviously I have a lot to say. You want Catherine to go? Mom, why do you prefer Catherine to go over Kelly? I'm curious. Kat versus Ava ties? Who flipped? I'm down for Ava to go too. That's my hot take. Mickey. See, I wanted to make a joke the whole time during the Reality Kingdom because they're saying Mickey has a twin. There's Mickey and there's Goofy, okay? I'm making that a thing. Sometimes Mickey's playing, sometimes Goofy's playing. Can we start using that? And make sure to give me credit when you use it. This is such a good song. God, I gotta listen to this more. I low-key hope Ava gets evicted so the producers have to give someone else fun segments. Because, God, they are really... This season feels like they just give segments to Vince, Rachel, and Ava. And at least Vince and Rachel have kind of earned it by having such an impact on the game. Catherine's a better player. So you're just team Rachel. You think Rachel leaving's better for... Or Catherine leaving's better for Rachel? That's it? Quinn got banned? What did he do? Was he watching Big Brother and got, like, copyrighted? Did he say some of those words that he says sometimes? Did he do his dance too explicitly? Seems likely. He watched a Twitter clip. Silly. One too many thrusts. It happens. It's the Key and Peele sketch. Hinkle McCringleberry. Ah, man. I mean, I'm kind of glad I haven't been clocked into Big Brother recently because it doesn't seem very fun, the discourse happening right now. It seems like it's a miserable time for a BB fan. I will say, do you guys want to look at the Riley exit interview with Mike Bloom? Because I found this pretty interesting. Is this a safe place to say I'm hashtag Kelly for Blockbuster? My mom's apparently Kelly for Blockbuster. News to me, but yeah. I have to turn off my ad blocker. Oh, Mike Bloom. Mike Bloom, come on. Let's go through it, because I started reading it, and then I was like, this is a waste of an interview. I'm sure Mike was pretty frustrated that he didn't get to interview anyone. He just got responses. But again, let me, before we do any of that shenanigans, let's shout out Factor Meals, who's once again sponsoring this stream. Shout outs to Factor Meals. A variety of meals, as they always have. And unlike some of their other alternatives, some of the other companies that claim to do what Factor does, wrongfully claim, might I say, super easy the way Factor does it. They send you shit, you put it in the microwave, you can put it in the oven if you're fancy. I'm a microwave guy, ready in a couple minutes, eat them. Look at these meals. They're very gourmet, I think, for like a microwavable, ready-to-eat kind of vibe. But again, Factor has been very consistently supporting this stream in a way that very few companies do these days, which, again, just shout outs to Factor. We're very appreciative of them and at everything they do for myself and the stream. So check out Factor. Link is pinned by Mike. It is also posted on my Twitter. You can use my code. Look, I honestly think with the code, with the thing, it is absolutely worth it to get one box. If you like it, you can keep going, but the deal is actually pretty good for that first one. Just make sure you don't get, you're not accidentally paying for it for, 2 years after the fact. But that's it. Shoutouts to Factor. Much appreciated. Okay. Let me thank some subs before we fully dive in. Thank you, Steph Wirt, for 21 months. School was good today, Mom. Thank you. Mayhem Perfected with the Prime. It's probably Mayhem, is my guess. Jim Pierre for the 20 months and El Michelle for the 18. Hope you guys are good. Didn't know Riley was a rapper. I'm sure Kat won't think that's cringe. I don't know how Kat's going to react. If she gets evicted today, I think it's going to be a super weird thing to watch. Kat and Riley on the outside world. Especially if Kat comes out to a lot of hate, which obviously she won't come out to the same amount of hate as Riley. She doesn't deserve to. But I do think she's not going to get a favorable, reception. And I think that might drive them closer together. I don't think they would delay her interviews. No, there's a huge difference between the two. So, there's a couple questions that don't really matter. Let's start with the blockbuster. Could you see the scores? You were shocked when you got evicted. Earlier in the week, you encouraged Lauren to use the veto. You were clearly upset with Mickey. None of this matters, right? Kill him with kindness. We saw several moments in the house where you would speak to people from a place of anger. Talk to me about managing these emotions in these situations. Okay. Went into the house wanting to lead with kindness, and I truly meant that, but the pressure and intensity of the game can bring out raw emotions. I speak with passion, and sometimes that's mistaken for something else. I'm a loving person at my core, and I care deeply about the people around me. I never intended to hurt anyone. Why do you think Big Brother 25 was devoid of this raw emotion? Because I feel like in 26 and 7... there is a certain raw emotion going on in that house. A lot more crying, a lot more of all of this. Does anyone have a theory as to why? I feel like it's so interesting. Because it is just different. More game bots. I feel like there's a lot of game bots in 27. Compared to, 25 had a lot, but I hate these motherfuckers. So caring and passionate. I don't think that's the worst thing you could say. I'm actually not, I don't have a problem with that. I hate these motherfuckers. Suri called me a little fucker. I never had a problem with that. I think general pejoratives are, okay. Let me go full screen for this, because this is a crazy perspective I'm about to spew. General pejoratives are not that bad. Specific pejoratives are bad. Think about that. An older cast and happy fans, happy recruits. I feel like the older people on our cast were some of the most toxic. Maybe that sounds worse than it is, but Felicia and Suri were probably more negative than a lot of the younger cast. Heisem, I wouldn't really say. Bowie obviously is not in that category, but obviously we still had Matt and we had a lot of people too, younger. So I think that isn't the difference. But you guys get what I'm saying? Calling someone a fucker is much better than being they're fat. They're fat, they're disgusting, their kids would be ashamed of them. That's worse than just being they fucking suck. So I don't care about Riley saying that. It's all the other stuff that obviously I have a problem with. Alright, so let's keep going. Did you feel that having a showman is more of a positive or negative? Classic Cory question. I don't see it either way. I just seen two people that fell for each other and absolutely care for each other, and that's just what happened. Still had a chance to play the game how we wanted to. She had her own game, and I had mine. We just set it aside and got to know each other on a personal level. I never met a woman who made me feel the way she made me feel, so I wasn't worried about being a target. It's one of those things where we can't say that he's lying about Kat. Maybe she is that special to him, but it just really felt like he does this to every woman he's interested in. You know what I mean? Like, that was definitely the vibe that I got from the whole situation. Another thing, I'm going to do the classic influencer disclaimer here of don't go harass people, but I want to elaborate a little bit. Regardless of what somebody does on a TV show, your actions are independent of that. Meaning, if Riley did horrible things on Big Brother, he is absolutely deserving of criticism. Of course. Accountability, sure. You going to his employer and doing X, Y, and Z doesn't make you as bad. It doesn't make you worse. There's no comparison. Your actions by themselves just suck. And you're a loser. So any response that's like, but Riley did this and that, and that doesn't matter. That is a separate issue that has nothing to do with the issue you did. Okay? Wildling, thank you for the prime. I've been very into A Song of Ice and Fire. I've been rereading Fire and Blood. So shout out to Wildling. The free folk. And we'll talk more about that kind of dynamic in regards to a few other house guests a little bit later. Your emotions for Catherine were palpable from the beginning of the season. I love how Mike writes. When you told her in the first week that you would do everything to make sure she won the game, I believe Taylor said this was on the not list, right? Hot or not. This is a not. Talk to me about what led you to make the decision. My connection with Catherine was absolutely amazing. I wanted to protect her. All right. While you had a lot of emotional moments, they were not always positive. At times, you expressed anger that she wouldn't kiss you or sleep in the same bed as you. You were telling her at points to watch her attitude and tone and that I'm being with you outside of this whether you like it or not. Fans have felt through that behavior that you were talking down to her, being controlling, and not consenting to boundaries that she's placed. Give me your reaction to that. I do think what's funny is like Mike being like, look, some fans are saying, whereas Kat Dunn would be like, so I think... But yeah, it's a good question. I hear those concerns. It's just funny because like Riley has such a distinct way of speaking, and this is so different from that. And I want to say first that I never intended to make Catherine feel uncomfortable or disrespected. I care about her deeply, and every emotion I showed comes from a place of love. Being in that house, emotions run high, and sometimes I don't express myself in the best way. I'm passionate, but I'm also learning. I respect boundaries, and I'm committed to growing from this experience. You know. Take that answer for what it is. He's saying all the right things. How much is he actually saying? Probably very little. But what are you going to do? I've always been a proponent, and this goes back to Jared Fields. My initial ride or die. I guess Jared or Mimi. I don't remember exactly which one came first. Where it's like, oh my God, he's so PR trained. And I think Jared's different from Riley in a lot of ways. But like, you either give a good answer in which people say it's PR, or you give a bad answer, in which case it's a bad answer. I think given the circumstances of Riley's eviction and the delaying of the exit interviews and the theoretical reasons for said delaying, I understand, like, this does feel extremely manicured, these responses. But I do think, like, in general, the criticism of an apology being it's PR is a little bit lazy. Because what are you supposed to do? Would have preferred your idea of Taryn doing the interviews for him with his impression. Yeah, that'd be good. Duace doesn't sound anything like him merits that response. No, look, we're not blind. We know what's happening. I'm just speaking kind of generally. I think it's an overused criticism. Critique, maybe. What has the process of decompressing outside of the house and back into the real world been like? Has it affected the way you viewed your relationship with Catherine? Coming out of the house has been a lot to process, of course. You go from the intense high-pressure environment to real life, and it takes time to reflect and understand everything that happened. As for my thing with Catherine, I know who she is, and she knows who I am, and nothing would ever make me view her differently. This experience has taught me a lot about communication and growth, and I'm taking that to heart moving forward. I think one of the things that might happen is, like, if Catherine feels like she is a subject of the fan base's ire, she's despised, she's hated, she's just receiving a lot of negative feedback, I think often two people will cling together through that negative feedback. I think what happens sometimes is, like, Jared got a lot worse feedback than Blue, and Blue wasn't beloved, but there's different levels, right? And I think that's a tough relationship to succeed. Just practically speaking. If we came out of the house and America was hated, or I was hated, and the other was loved, I just don't know how it would have worked. It's just hard. So, maybe. Is there anything else you want to know? It was an honor, a blessing to be part of BB. I created a lifelong friendship, some kind-hearted, loving men. That this was really the part that I was like, oh, come on. Like, amazing. A great person. The most incredible woman I've ever met. Best friend for Keanu. Sweetheart. Great girl. Great person. Good friend. Strong woman with a beautiful family. It's like he's responding to each individual criticism. Like, he said mean things about Rachel and her family and this. Vince being cool dude is hilarious, though. Does not bode well for Vince's jury management. That in Riley's manicured PR statement, he says, cool dude, for Vince. But this cracked me up. Cool dude. But that's Riley's interview. I don't think we got much from that. Do you guys want to talk about the elephant in the room? El elefante del... ¿Cómo se dice room? Dormitorio? Dormicilio? I don't know. I used to know. That might be bedroom, specifically. Mints? Yeah. Cuarto. So what is dormitorio? Dormicilio? I assume dormitorio is dormitory. Dormicilio is like habitación, dorm. Okay. Anyways. Let's talk about Mints, Morgan and Vince. So, I recently kind of learned about the whole situation. America showed me what Vince's, I believe, girlfriend said. Not fiance or wife, right? Girlfriend. Basically said, we did not have this agreement. We did not have this arrangement, which I think seemed pretty obvious. I'm just a big proponent of, like, let's not draw conclusions until we get actual information from the parties involved. You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair to criticize someone or assume they're lying until we have information suggesting that. Now, I think what very likely happened is like, yeah, do whatever it takes to win. And then you're really kind of being very flexible with that statement. Now, let me put this out there. If I was Vince's girlfriend of 7 years, I would be extremely uncomfortable with what I'm watching. You know what I mean? I would be very uncomfortable watching Morgan and Vince. I think Vince, every time Morgan leaves, looking at the camera and being like, oh, she's so annoying or whatever, is a cope, right? Now, let's talk big picture. Anybody who tries to get Vince fired from his job, which doesn't exist, but you know what I mean, like reaching out in that kind of personal way, is the scum of the earth. Even worse than that are the people who are like harassing this girlfriend of 7 years for no fucking reason. Because here's the difference. Because obviously there's echoes of myself and America and what I was experiencing through all that bullshit, right? The slight difference there is like, I at least kind of signed up for criticism and hate and vitriol, and it comes with the territory, right? Vince's girlfriend, who probably has barely watched Big Brother, hasn't done shit. And understand that you sending her clips of Vince doing X, Y, and Z does not make her feel better. You're not advocating for her. You're not sharing information with her. You're just making her miserable. I promise you, if she wants to see it all, she will see it all. She has seen it all, and she's fucking miserable because of it. Alternatively, if she doesn't want to see it all, she's missing out on some of these cuddle sessions and these things, and you're sending them to her, you are the worst. Genuinely. Now, look, I don't have criticisms for how she's been acting, but I would have suggestions. I think making a comment like that is as bad of a thing as you can do. It's not about Vince's well-being. Like, you do whatever makes you feel better in that moment, right? It's just, it's just a bad call, and you wouldn't know it's a bad call unless you've been in this very unique situation. It just brings more attention to the situation. It makes everything hyper. Everyone's focused on you. You're the talk of the town. People are going to get more clips, and then now they know this is your account, so more people have access to you. It was a bad call. I don't blame her for doing it, right? Like it's an experience thing, but it was not a smart play. And his best friend, her cousin, whoever that is in the same boat. Of course, she's allowed to cope however she wants, but I'm just like from my experience, I think it's a bad call because I think she's having a worse time now than she did before. I do understand how frustrating it could be if she's like, no, I didn't agree to this, and now everyone's letting him off the hook because he's lying on what. I understand that frustration, but you do not want a legion of Big Brother fans coming to your defense. That is not useful. That makes things worse, and it's not just Big Brother, it's any reality show. Like winning in the marketplace of ideas, winning in the public forum is not actually winning in life. It makes things worse. So I do totally understand what she did. It's very human. But I just think like in the future, it's just not a good call. That's all I'm saying. It's not blaming her. Like, it's a nightmare situation. And look, it's going to be rough for Vince leaving the house. In a lot of ways, he brought this on himself. That can be true. And the other part can be true of that's going to be rough. It's going to be a tough thing for him to deal with. And I don't wish that on anyone. So it's just messy. It's gross. And again, like the big conclusion of this whole situation is like, do not send anything, hate, support, clips, whatever, to her. She's an anonymous person who made this post that does not invite you to be a part of her life. It doesn't. So. What is your opinion about people that are shipping Morgan and Vince? Here's the thing. They're not shipping Morgan and Vince. We all know what's happening, right? They're shipping the shit show, the drama, like leeches feeding off toxicity. That's pretty clearly what's happening. I don't think anyone is like, oh, their chemistry is palpable, I even think Morgan isn't in the wrong either. Look, I think it's pretty clear when you have. Okay, let's isolate this from Morgan and Vince. There's a person in a relationship, and there's a person not in a relationship, and they hook up. Are both people in the wrong? I think if both parties know, yes, one is much more in the wrong. One is much more. Like, obviously, the person in the relationship should bear a lot more blame and criticism than the person who's not in a relationship. That doesn't mean the person not in a relationship is chill. Like, that's pretty lame. Kelly has this locked. I don't believe it. It looks pretty crapshooty to me. Not even crapshooty, but just like very random, like a weird sense of skills. I feel like Morgan is starting to pull away a bit. Hard to tell though. 7 years is crazy. It's a long ass relationship. Like I will never understand it. Never. My problem is that Vince is the one initiating. Look, it's been messy. Like, it's not good. And they're both going to be there till jury, I feel like DR finally brought it up and they're moving differently now. Maybe it's just like one question in the DR, and then you're like, uh-oh, becoming a storyline. And then you go from there, right? Because that was, frankly, on our season, that was Cameron. Anytime Cameron was asked about America, he shut it down, came out of the DR, and started acting differently. Because he was deathly terrified of it becoming a storyline. And that if you guys don't know, in my opinion, probably is a decent amount of the reason why I wasn't backdoored at the final 10. Not because the DR convinced him against targeting me, but I think Cameron was scared of the optics of putting me up in that way, especially after Felicia made that pitch to him, basically saying evict Cory and have America and jury to yourself. Because if that is the reason, if that's like the pitch they're going to use on the show, Cameron's not putting me up. Hello?
I just come out to BB25 every time.
But don't you agree with me?
No. It's a good point. I think we've talked about it before.
Felicia doing that was crazy. I mean, of course. But, like, I genuinely think Cameron was pretty terrified of that becoming a story. And I think if they asked Vince in the DR, like...
Oh, no. Felicia low-key, high-key helped. Yeah.
Yes. 100%. Cameron was so weird. Yeah, but he was very protective of his image, which was a good thing for us. I feel like they're both playing into it. They were giving each other massages yesterday. I feel like that part of it is irrelevant, right? And you also have to understand that, like, this kind of drama only matters if people dislike the person involved or care about the person involved. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, Blue and Jared, all the infidelity stuff there, people kind of hated Jared, so it was, like, hounded, right? But, like, if it was, like, an audience favorite, people would care a lot less. And this has happened a lot of times throughout Big Brother history. I had a list of examples. Can you guys... Wasn't it Danny Briones, right? Like, that was another situation that was very messy, but people loved it, so people just don't care in that same way. Janelle and Will, of course. Like, it's... That's a big part of it. What do you think of Felicia's chat BCC take saying Rachel is unnecessarily rude? Guys, we know what Felicia's casual. Like, yeah. Like, I thought that edit last night of Rachel and Kelly's, tiff was super disingenuous. Super disingenuous. And really, like, not encapsulating of their relationship. Because if you stack up the things they've said about each other, done to each other, Kelly is so much worse than Rachel. It is not in the same ballpark. But every single casual you talk to is anti-Rachel. Pro-Keanu. Not even pro-Kelly. Like, no one cares about Kelly. So. Bottom line, people should not harass people for personal, of course. I mean, yeah. They didn't show Kelly talking down on Rachel as a mother. Yeah, and look, I think there's been, like, a fair reaction of, like, Rachel doesn't know what Kelly said about her, at least didn't know what Kelly had said about her, so Rachel's behavior should be considered independent of Kelly's. No, it doesn't. I don't want to. I know what Kelly said. I have the benefit of omniscience. You know? Like, I know everything. I'm God. And as a result, I know what Kelly said and what Rachel said, so I can assess accordingly. You know what I mean? Brendan thought Riley and Kat were fine until people sent him clips. Most people only watch the edit. Yeah. Of course. I mean, we've known that forever. Which is why, lock it up. Like, I would bet a tremendous amount of money. Every ounce in my bank account, Keanu has AFP locked up. It's over. No one is going to be close. Rachel will be top 3, and she won't be close. What's up, James? Would I do another season? Sure. Clearly nothing bad can come from playing Big Brother. Will? No. It's Keanu. It's Keanu. Guys, stop being delusional. Keanu will win AFP. I said this last year, week 3 with Tucker. This is how Big Brother works. Every single casual fucking loves Keanu. Everyone I've met, with no exceptions, loves Keanu and hates Rachel. Everyone. And Keanu's not done yet. He has more weeks. The only thing that could cook him is if he goes next week. He's pre-jury, but even Tucker won as a result of that. Who do you think? You guys think Will is gonna win? Come on. The only world where Will wins is Keanu's out next week, and then Will goes on like a run, becomes a main character. Ashley will win. That's delusion. I love Ashley, but. And Rachel doesn't have a shot. Rachel will be top 3, but you guys have to understand that the world that we all live in as Big Brother fans who go onto Cory's Twitch stream and watch Taryn are such a tiny, minuscule percentage of the fan base. Like, genuinely, inconceivably small in comparison to the casual viewers who watch CBS 8 p.m. on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Anonymous. Thank you for the 5 gifted. We got gifting Samantha S. Despain JRK Jerk. Is that a Glock going slow? And Easy Brie. Damn, nice to have at least one Brie in chat. I'll tell you that much. But again, thank you so much, Anonymous. You are very cool. Much appreciated. You're the homie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Anonymous. Hope you're doing well. Whoever you are. Whatever collection of people you are. Thank you. Keanu is a very positive storyline. I don't think Keanu's like a terrible AFP. I like Keanu a lot. Keanu's one of my favorites. And he's done the AFP formula. He's won a ton of comms, back against the wall. He's a big character. No one else is playing the game kind of vibes, I don't think he's earned it, deserved it. That doesn't really exist with AFP, but he's not the worst AFP we've gotten. He'll be my favorite AFP we've gotten in at least since Taylor. How are we going to get rid of 8 people in 4 weeks, especially because they moved the apparent triple 1 week later? The whole schedule's messy. I mean, they could do BB23, a double-double, 2 doubles back-to-back, or we could do a triple, maybe BB22 style, maybe BB Can style, and then just speed up the endgame. I think it's fine. Keanu doesn't deserve getting AFP for being delusional. He's not getting it because he's delusional. He's getting it because he's funny. He's fun. He's the underdog. He's winning comps. Cameron was delusional as hell, AFP. Tucker, delusional as hell, AFP. Like, it's just, yeah, exactly. The last 2 AFPs have been delusional. You hot take, you don't have to be good at the game to win AFP. I think, look, Jacksonia, I agree. I don't know if there's ever been a colder take. America loves a Delulu man. That's shade. I don't appreciate it. That's probably the coldest take ever, Jacksonia. Like a 2-time AFP Janelle, 2-time AFP Davon, Jeff Schroeder. Jeff's okay, I guess, right? What's the breakdown between male and female AFPs? I think it's actually more close than you'd think because, like, Janelle and Davon and some of them. But, like, let's just think about it. 26 was Tucker, 5 was Cameron, 4 was Taylor, 3 was Tiffany, 2 was Davon, 1 was Nicole, 20 was Tyler, 19 was... Who was 19? Cody, obviously. 18 was Victor. 17... This is a bit of a Big Brother trivia for me. 17. It was James, probably. 16... is Donnie. 15. Who's 15? Alyssa. 14. Frank. 13. Jeff. 12. We're almost there. 12. It's not the brigade. Oh, Brittany. 11. Jeff. 10. Keisha. 9. No idea. 8. Or 9's James, right? Crazy James. 8 would be... I have no idea who 8 is, actually. And 7's. Who's 8? Eight didn't have one? Okay, that's why I don't remember. America's player. Gotcha. Thank you, 9 out of Ben. Take my sub money for having reasonable takes. Wow. That actually feels nice. I haven't heard someone call or say I have reasonable takes in years, eons, but I appreciate it. And then Janelle 7, of course. Honestly, when I'm listening it out loud, I think it's pretty 50-50. 2/3 men. I think it's probably more men than women, but it's closer than you'd think. But we've been on a bit of a run. If we end up going Cameron, Tucker, Keanu, at that point, like, damn, there's an established formula for winning AFP. How long do you think Blockbuster will actually last? I think next week's the last week. Does anyone think that we're going to get, like, Final 9 Blockbuster? It's got to be the last one next week. Nice one, Ander. No, I think Keanu's winning this year, for sure. I feel extremely confident. The only way he gets cooked is if he's evicted next week and then someone else rises, maybe. But even if he's evicted next week, I think he has a good shot. It's got to end a jury. It feels so impractical otherwise. I hear people saying it's going to be the new veto. That doesn't make sense. Just numerically, having 3 noms is just kind of tough to balance. JPR, thank you for the gift. I hope you're doing well. My king. People love Ava. I think the show wants people to love Ava, and I think they're pushing Ava. But it's harder to push a non-hot dude. Like, hot dude gets that edit, they're winning AFP. Ava, you gotta work overtime. There's rumors of a possible split house twist. For the 3rd year in a row. The split house rumors. Who you got on BBBBB tonight? I don't know what that means. Big Brother Blockbuster night? Who do I got for the Blockbuster? I think is probably what you're asking. BBBB. Oh, I see. I think I've got Catherine. I think Catherine's going to win it. Jimmy said on his live stream, someone reliable told him the plans were a split house plus a triple. No. I don't believe he knows that. But if he does, insane fumble by production. But again, I would hate if it's a split house. I would despise a split house right now. You should do a split house at the final, 13, 14, not the final 10. A final 10 split house is so diabolical. And Keanu is hot. I don't care what people say. Cameron, I think Cameron's a good-looking dude, but more importantly, he has a southern drawl, which almost matters more than being attractive. If Kelly wins Blockbuster, my life will be ruined. I genuinely can't lose tonight. If Ava goes, I'm happy. If Kelly goes, I'm happy. If Catherine goes, I'm happy. I think I'd prefer Kelly gone the most because I find her the most grating to watch. But I think Catherine going would be the best for my faves. Because I think Catherine has more of an ability to work her way into a somewhat stable position, whereas Kelly's just going to be there every week, targeted, until she's gone. Cam Sullivan-Brown's hot. Yeah, I'll give you that. Ava staying is going to be either Kelly or Catherine. I know, but I'm just saying, all 3 scenarios are happy for me. Are good for me. Kelly brings more to the show, even though she's annoying. I want her to stay. Okay. I think we have to stop thinking about, house guests in regards to how much they bring to the show. I think the better question would be, do I like what they're bringing to the show? I'd rather someone bring nothing to the show than bring stuff that pisses me off to the show. It's not a matter of, ooh, Kelly brings drama, because it's just annoying. I'd prefer to watch Catherine do nothing than Kelly do her thing. You know? And Kelly in jury is going to be diabolical. You know she's going to be the most, inflated sense of ego, talking down to the finalists kind of vibes. Like BB Can 10, Herman, and Moose. What are your thoughts on Vince's strategy now that it's over? I know we talked about Rachel being the obvious choice, but the Rachel Keanu blowout might have saved. I think Vince's position is fine. It's not good. I think it should have been better, but like in some ways he couldn't make a decision that would be perfect. Like everything he did would have some people mad at him, but like also he couldn't screw it up that bad. Like he screwed it up as bad as he could, and he still has a lot of people who are going to protect him. I don't think they'll be as quick to like use vetoes on him and campaign for him, things like that. But in terms of winning HOH and not targeting him, most of the house is in that boat, you know? Do they get to keep those amazing comp outfits? Yes, they do. You don't get to keep them in the house a lot of the time. They'll like confiscate them and then give them back later. A lot of times you can as well, but they send them to you in your Big Brother box. Big box they send you postseason. When is BB Comics usually? BB Comics fluctuates, but usually it's like final 8 to final 5. Final 6, like mid-jury, usually. Has anyone heard of Twitch Prime? You could connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to give you a free subscriber to your favorite channel. We should have another emote stream. Necesitamos más. We could do another emote stream. I was thinking of revamping the stream at some point, but I think with law school, it's just like, damn, when am I going to get to that? Did you hear Kelly said the DR played her back a video of Winegate? I just disagree, and I think Kelly's a pathological liar. I'm thinking of what my experiences was in the DR, and the idea that like one of the DR producers would open the door and show you a video just doesn't seem like something that would happen. I think she's full of shit. She's lying. And I think she was probably talked to after the fact, being like, hey, you can't do that. Quinn said there's no way. Yeah, it's just not a thing. I think everyone who's played Big Brother would agree it's not a thing, but maybe someone went rogue. It's possible. The fact that it's Kelly is like, come on. If it was Will saying it, maybe. Jimmy said there's no way that happened, but Jimmy knows there's a split house and a triple, so. If you had to guess, what will each person's comic be? It's an interesting exercise. I'd have to look at the whole cast list, but Ashley should have something to do with the shower. That'd be funny. Shower power or something. Keanu would be... What if he was like a swamp creature and they called him Swamp Ass? That'd be funny. They're probably just going to call him the Dungeon Master. Vince is the egg for sure. That's guaranteed. Keanu's the butler. Keanu's going to be the butler, actually. Ava, I think, will... I mean, they might just do something aura painting related. The paintist or, something like that. They could go napping. I think would be a funnier route. Catherine's a weird one. What the fuck could Cat be? Vinny the Lip would be hilarious. I don't know what Cat could be. She's got, like, nothing super distinct. Morgatron? I could see that. I think Morgan's probably just going to be some gamer. Very rarely do comics have to do with something in the house. It's usually just, like, your pre-game whatever. Cameron's was about his hair and the fact that he was a zombie. So sometimes they just use costumes as your comic all the time. America just had to do with her name. I just had to do with, I guess, being a student. Would they reveal her job? Cat? Isn't Cat just like a waitress? Like a cocktail waitress? Like they wouldn't. No reason to hide that. I don't think she hid that, right? Albacore, I think they just did because it was like his fish will school you. So it was just like I'm a student. I think was the joke there. Nobody knows Morgan's a gamer. Okay, so they can't do that. I don't know what they would do for Morgan then. It's kind of interesting. She's had no punishments, right? Maybe they just do a pun, a Morgatron. I like that actually. Lauren's the Undecider. I think Lauren... It's another hard one. Maybe something just about being like a Southern belle. Maybe she's going to be the young person comic. I forget they also do the Evicted House guest. Yeah, Zach's a Heart Thief. Captain Will. I think Captain Will would just be cool. He's like a pirate. Morgan being an Eminem. That would out her game. That'd be huge. Riley's going to be a bull rider, sure. Mickey being Medusa. Damn, that feels not okay to say. I think Mickey... It'd be funny if they just made Mickey like a queen. That would be kind of funny. Lauren would be Gen Z stare. Mickey Mouse is so obvious. They are not allowed to do that. That's not allowed. The Mictator, that would be so funny. Captain Will could be in the army and have cameos from James's comic. Yeah, Captain Camo. Maybe. Model Morgue? Damn, that's a crazy username. The Red Queen would be Rachel. What's the Red Queen from? Oh, that's from The 100, right? Blood Reina, right? I was like, where the fuck have I heard that before? That's funny. That's how I know her. Alice in Wonderland's the originator of it. Yeah, that's not how I know it. They ship your comic? Yeah, it's literally like within 3 feet of me, 3 yards of me, maybe. The Queen of Hearts. I know the Queen of Hearts. When I hear Queen of Hearts, I think of Alice in Borderlands. Damn, media just keeps reusing the same things, the same names. Let's play a song. I want to keep playing this. I gotta turn on the episode. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm not watching Matlock. I haven't saw any of it. People have been saying she should miscarry. Jesus Christ! I mean, that doesn't even warrant discussion. Are you kidding me? Can you believe Parsons got traded? He did not get traded. Absolutely not. The Packers? Huh? What the fuck? Damn, the Packers are super good now. The Packers are like... The Packers could be the favorite in the NFC. I mean, look, I'm not a big Jordan Love guy. What the fuck is Jerry Jones doing? He's like senile. Micah Parsons is not a tradable player. You can't trade him. Poor Caleb, yeah. I mean, the Packers, my criticism of them has always been like, they have a lot of good players, but no great players. Micah Parsons is a fucking great player. They got Golden as a receiver now, like, 1 or the 5 seed. They're better than the Lions, I'm sorry. The Lions are more injury prone, generally speaking. They lost their coordinators. I trust Jordan Love more than Jared Goff. Love Josh Jacobs. That's so embarrassing. Love's fine. Yeah, I think he's good. I'm not a big believer. I think the Vikings could surprise people and do fine. They can make the play. I kind of like the Bears too, so that division's just fucking rough for anyone. Yeah, I'm still at commercials. 2 firsts into mediocre players. I mean, look, 2 firsts in the NFL is a huge deal. Like, that's a lot of picks. But Micah is worth it. I mean, there's not that many more used valuable assets in the league. I'm not live yet, but I'll close the chat when we get to important stuff. Yeah, no, Dallas. I mean, look, Dallas is not really suffering because they got Cooper Flag and they should still be good. Bye-bye, Smelly. Don't call Kelly Smelly. That's mean. No, there's no reason for that. Manifesting Catherine win and Kelly go home. I don't think we even need that. Just not Kelly winning. Kelly goes home, right? Tighten up. Poor Titans. There's nothing that they've done that I like. Drafting Cam Ward's good, but beyond that, like, Packers would be late round first rounders too. Yeah, but even those are pretty important picks. But they're such a young team that they don't need to improve a ton every year. They could just keep aging, and they should get better. All right, I'm live. Julie looks great. Yeah, I like the white. I'm going to the Vandy game Saturday. I'm going to be checking my phone every minute for Vito, though. Yeah, I feel that. Been there. Julie looks pulchertudinous. Yeah, as always. I should have asked you to join my fantasy football league at Noosal Orientation, but you were mobbed 24/7. The Micah news is crazy. Okay, there's no fucking way you go to Noosal because I was not mobbed 24/7. Shut up. You're so annoying. No one even knows no one even knows I was on Big Brother. There's like 4 or 5 people who I told, but like I'm not using it as my fun fact, you know what I mean? I even glanced at you at lunch. Shut up. You're such a liar. If you go to Noosal, prove it. Tell me something only a Noosal student would know. Hey Cory, Vince sucks, am I right? I like Vince. This whole situation's annoying, but what's your fun fact? The one I've been using is my co-op red section, by the way. All right, the plot is thickening a little bit. The plot is thickening just a bit. All right, I have to ask a question that only you would know, based because I didn't listen that much in these orientation meetings. Okay, here's my question. In orientation, what breakout sessions did you do? That's the question. Will America be watching with us? I don't know. She might funnel in. I think she's watching in the bedroom right now. What breakout sessions did you do? That's my question. You should answer quickly, because otherwise you could do some research. Taking the outside this summer, hella anxious. Honestly, 9 out of 10, I wouldn't be that anxious. Like, it is important, but the test at this point without logic puzzles, the only one I remember is the mental health one. Damn, you're really a student at Dussel? You're so annoying. I never got mobbed. This is funny. Please, if you see me at school, approach me and tell me this is you, because that's hilarious. But the LSAT, I wouldn't worry that much about, because without logic puzzles, it's all just reading comprehension. And you can't really fuck that up. You could be bad at it, you could be good at it, but, like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, however good you are at the scale is how good you'll do on the test. If that makes sense. As long as you practice it enough to, like, know the time constraints and know how fast you have to be working and maybe what kinds of questions will pop up, you'll be fine. They should have 90-minute episodes on Thursdays. Maybe. I haven't hated the Wednesday episodes, to be honest. I think they've been fine. They got in their editing bag for that Will segment last episode. That's pretty fun. I miss live HOH comps, but I get why they don't. I mean, I get why they don't because they also do the arena. But, like, if they could do the arena and a live HOH comp, that could be one of the most exhilarating episodes. But most of the reason why they do the arena or the blockbuster is so they can move the HOH comp to Thursday, or to Sunday, rather, so they can have one episode, or one comp per episode, right? Sorry, I was kind of rambling. But they've always done that. Like, they'll introduce Battle of the Block to have a Sunday episode. They'll introduce the Roadkill to do it, you know? Power apps, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like Mickey's look today. It was cool. Rachel just wearing the blazer is funny. It's 90-minute Wednesday just fits their Survivor schedule as 90, so is TAR. It's probably a part of it. But I think for Big Brother, having the veto be a 90-minute episode makes the most sense. Honestly, I think there's an argument for all three. The thing about the veto is the veto covers Friday afternoon up until Monday afternoon. Right, so you're covering a lot of days. You're covering Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Whereas nominations is just Thursday, Friday. Thursday to like Friday morning, basically. So I think it makes more sense to give more time to the veto. I could also see it, giving the eviction extra time, but usually, like, I don't enjoy the segments where they try to pretend that Kelly can stay with the votes or something, Prediction is live, everyone. Check it out. If Ava's set packing, it won't look good for the rest of the season. I think it's fine. Ava's not integral to anything, but she's not going to go home anyways. I'd rather Ava stay just because I think an Ava HOH could be somewhat interesting. But I'm not a big Ava fan. Blockbuster reminded me of Frankie versus Caleb Vita. I'm trying to think which one. You don't mean the Blockbuster they did, right? Or the Battle of the Block they did, right? Her listening on Lauren and Ashley. Yeah, America told me about that. It's so funny because it happening to Lauren is so funny because she's so.
Catherine just said she's gonna pluck Vinny's mustache hairs one by one.
When Vito was just Frankie and Caleb sat out. Okay, that's a different kind of comp. I think I didn't really look at the Blockbuster. I just had it described to me, so we'll see. Survivor Desi, hope you're doing well. Survivor Desi, have you felt some tension between the two of us? I feel like we've been disagreeing on a lot of things. What's going on there? Where does this incongruency come from? Ava's unfortunately too inactive. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty rough. Yeah, that's the problem with Rachel. The problem with Vince. The fact that he made it so obvious to Rachel that she was considered. It's like, yeah, you didn't put me up, thanks. You fucked up, basically. Every time she tries to do anything, it backfires. I get her now. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that was a stupid comp because it's easier to do as one person than as two people. And they just lied to us in the show, being like, oh, this is so amazing what Frankie's doing. It's like, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed to one person using both. But it was good TV, so obviously they'll allow it. That's always the determining factor. America, I think I'm going to order food.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
What are you ordering?
I'm not sure, but if you want something specific, we can get that. Do you want to look?
Perhaps. I just ate, but I can eat again.
Alright.
What are you in the mood for?
I mean, I thought Gordon Ramsay burger was pretty good, but if you want to try new places,
So heavy, yeah.
pick whatever.
Sushi?
I could do sushi, sure.
Best day ever.
Ashley's segment's funny. Ashley's just funny. I was beefing with my chat earlier because they're convinced Keanu's not going to win AFP.
No, I think so. The power of the casual.
America was texting her friend who was like, Rachel sucks, Keanu's the best. It's like, yeah. That'll do it.
We've also, a couple of fans on the street have told us that as well. Like, that's the casual consensus.
Yes.
Just like everyone on Twitter, which is like a tiny, tiny demographic or part of, the Big Brother fandom, is rooting for Rachel. The masses are rooting for Keanu.
Ashley is following Taylor's trajectory. No. Smile. I legitimately think if Ashley was in, like, Taylor's situation on 24, Ashley, like, wouldn't realize it. Ashley just, like, would be like, I'm being excluded? I'm being ostracized? What? I don't think so. Which I think is one of the funniest things about Ashley. It's got to be a 7-person jury. I mean, yes, it's a 7-person jury, guys. Casuals probably didn't watch BB 1213. No, they probably did 15 years ago, but that doesn't mean anything for now. for today, the here and now. Like 8-person pre-jury sucks. I'm sorry. I don't mind it. I think it's fine. I think there's an argument for both. I kind of prefer a 9-person jury as long as like the back half of the game is accelerated. I just think it's stupid when like someone evicted on day 45 can go, cast a vote on day 100. I think that's silly. You could turn the volume up.
Yeah, I can't hear shit.
Here. I didn't expect you to put your arm out. I was putting on the blanket.
Ow.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I'd even take half weeks for Final Six onwards. Just think about it. You can't really do that with the TV schedule because they still need their week-to-week episodes. So. Ashley slowly walking by watching. This endgame's about to be accelerated as fuck. I think it'll be accelerated via live episodes, though. Through, like, doubles, triples, things like that. Not just, shorter weeks. Are you occupying the same space as me, then? It's the kitchen. Like... Vince Keanu. Oh, here we go.
This is it.
Of course they included this. Good. There's a triple and Rachel survives. It'll be crazy. Yeah, it seems unlikely. Rachel needs that HOH. Like, that's an important one. Does anyone know if Quinn's Twitch account is banned? It is banned.
So what happened?
I mean, Quinn did his normal dance, but he took his pants off, and that's a step too far. No, I think he watched a clip on Twitter, and it was, like, copyright. Just, like, automated. It's not like someone banned him. It's just if I watch, like, enough Big Brother... I'm surprised, like, when I did my ranking all my confessionals stream, I didn't get banned there. Because, like, they'll just automated too much CBS content banned.
And now it's probably just like AI.
It's just 48 hours. Like, he's fine. But
Oh, okay.
they just use the word banned, even when it's just, like, suspended, really. Did he say that he's banned, or are you guys just speculating?
Quinn's like, yes, my plan worked. He just wanted a couple days off.
See, what he should do is the Cory, where you just unannounced take a lot of days off. Why is there 2 DRs? Why do they look different from other years? There's always been 2 DRs, at least for the past several years. There's DR1, DR2. DR2 is upstairs near the gym. So it's at the end of that hallway.
DR2 has a green screen.
Yeah, the second diary room has a green screen where, like, you can, they do goofy stuff for competitions and stuff. Like, Escape the Nether region, we went to DR2.
Zach had a DR in DR2 this year.
Interesting. Rachel doing wellness checks on Vince mid-conversation is so funny. The HOH is done, Rachel. There's nothing to control at this point.
He's the tiebreaker, though, so I don't know if she's thinking,
Maybe. I mean, it's good to have your allies on your side, Are you Team Kelly or Catherine Goes, America?
I want Kelly to go.
Okay. I'd like Kelly not to make jury.
That's exactly how I feel. There's no reason for her to.
I think Ava takes the hat off during the comp. She has to, right?
What? Why did I hear rumors saying that Ava was leaving today? Like, everyone's like, oh my god, Ava's actually...
Did Ava have a tough day?
No, but people are saying that, like, against...
Oh.
Like,
No, you're saying just vote. No, she's not. I think There was talks about Mickey flipping and then Vince breaks a tie or something, but I think that's some BS.
You sure?
Yeah. That's what the chat's telling me, at least.
So I'm like, Mickey isn't super close to Ava.
Yeah, but is she close to Kelly? Catherine? Like,
To Kat.
she likes Kat.
To Kat, she thinks she is, yeah.
People are believing Mickey from outside the house, too. That's crazy. Is she just saying this to, like, Kelly and Catherine? And people are believing her? I just think after Mickey voted to evict Riley, she's not going to vote to keep Kat. Like,
Okay, I found a spot.
okay. Mickey was in love with Riley. Mickey didn't give a shit about
Do
Kat.
you want me to do a bid?
What's that?
I got Uber one.
Okay, sure.
You can.
If you want,
Venmo
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
What's the name of the? Wait, don't say it out loud. Let me just go and copy it.
Yeah, it's my phone's still on the thing. And also, like, would Vince break the tie to evict Ava over Kelly or Kat? Has he even said? My takeaway from this week is I want bunk beds again. Yeah.
Yes, literally. I was telling Cory about that last night. The Lauren talk. Did you talk about that already?
Yeah.
Oh.
So funny. He wouldn't. All right. Well, I mean, look, it looked more unlikely that Riley was going to get evicted. He got evicted, so there's a world, I suppose. Vince ruins his whole week if he doesn't keep Ava. He may as well put up Rachel. Yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, what a half measure evicting Ava blindsiding your whole alliance? At this point, he's decided to ride with the judges, at least for a little bit, so might as well, right? There's a tiebreaker, Rachel and Kiana competing in an eye staring contest. That would not be competitive. Come on, Rachel doesn't blink. We like Ava here. She'll be fine. Kelly has zero chance to save herself next to Ava. Kelly's cooked no matter what. But also, I'm not a big Ava fan. What kind of quick H?
Segment or is the competition? Also, cannot believe Addison Rae was snubbed for the VMA Awards, babe. What do you mean? She had Diet Pepsi.
She's released all of her songs over so many years.
Headphones on.
Like, is it even a 2025 album at this point? She released shit in like 2023. But my double eviction on our season was like a knockout quiz and then a ball pit clown shoe competition.
The problem is, Rachel, Kat's not good. She's saying that Kelly's bad at the game and you got to keep the bad players in.
Yeah, but Catherine's bad at the. I think it's like you target the people who are going to target you is the better play. And Kelly and Catherine are targeting her, so it's like who's more likely to win a comp? Is America going to try for Ariana tickets? She did mention them to me for the first time today, and I've never heard her ever say she likes Ariana Grande, so.
You don't listen to me.
Well, Kelly said all week she thinks she's gone this week. Does Ava ever not sleep? I feel that. I've been napping every day after law school. But she maybe has some more pressing stuff to do. Ava.
Oh.
The Dua Lipa is touring Boston soon, yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is last night.
God, they're talking loud, too. I mean, Lauren's talking quietly, but... So stupid. You know a DR is bullshit when they start with, there's a lot of reasons to keep this person. You know, keep it Cameron. There might be something to that. Ava's resting up for Endgame. It's a good point. I didn't consider that. Insane camera angle. This is edited very funny. Uh-oh.
Oh, the way she laid back down, I didn't see that.
It's a really good episode. There's a lot of fun shit that happened this week.
Oh, they should have shown
This is
her
awkward.
going, well, this is awkward.
Let's celebrate Lauren's 1 DR. It was a good one. Give her that. I love the fact Ava was eavesdropping on that convo Lauren had. Fuck is that AI generated comment? Well, did you see Boston Rob dissing Lauren? Production hates her. Damn. You got Boston Rob against you? That's tough. If I was in BB, they had bunk beds. I'd fall out, not on purpose. I'm accident prone. You need a guardrail on your BB bed. Christmas breaking her foot. In fairness, didn't like Jason break her foot?
Yeah.
Like fell on her leg after a piggyback ride.
Sorry, I'm picking my thing.
I know. Eavesdrop is important though. It kills any chance of Ava shifting away from judges. I just don't think Ava thinks that deep about the game. I don't think Ava's thought about who she. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm too doubtful of Ava, but like I haven't seen her have a meaningful game convo in a while. It feels like she just gassed out. I get that, but it's pretty early to gas out. Especially with the amount of adversity she's faced, like not that much. Like
Oh, Riley sucks.
she needs Kat and Lauren to team up. Yeah, I mean she does. But she's never been involved in the game like that, like ever. She was more into it, I guess, but still not that much. You doing okay, America? Looks like you're struggling.
Yeah, there's so much.
Kelly in a dress is weird? I don't think so. I feel like Kelly has pretty cool eviction looks.
Is she wearing the cardigan?
It says she's wearing a dress. If Kelly goes, that's a win. If Kat goes, that's fair. If Ava goes, I won't be happy about it. I just don't care. I would much prefer Kelly to go just because I find her frustrating to watch, but all three of them. I hope they're the next three to go in that order. Like Kelly, Kat, Ava.
Ava said, if I don't win, I don't win. They all color coordinate?
This is a cool comp.
It is so cool. Sorry, babe.
I actually don't Glowfire at all. It has like nothing to do with Frankie's competition whatsoever. Frankie's comp was like the one that Cameron did on our season to be resurrected. Like, I feel like it's more like the Angela comp. Yeah, it was on 23 too, right? But it's not. It's not the Frankie comp at all.
Shrimp tempura.
All right, what should I get?
Don't order it because I just want to make sure the right card is on file.
Okay. Okay, I'm done. The Frankie Gump was also on BB7, but horizontal and not vertical, and no ropes. Seems very different. Y'all see the Americory mentioned on feeds? Yeah, I saw something about it. What'd they say? You weren't, like, passionate or something?
What?
I think in the context of the show, we were definitely one of the least passionate showmances ever.
How the fuck is this $50?
I ordered a lot. I owe you. I also haven't eaten yet, so.
You got 2 spicy crunchy salmon makis?
Mm-hmm.
And a fried rice?
Yeah. You got a problem with that,
No,
officer?
I'm just like, okay.
It's a very judgmental okay.
Yeah, because I think this is a lot of food. Even, like, sushi doesn't taste as good.
Can you put yourself in the headspace of someone who hasn't eaten dinner already?
No. No. It's gonna be okay. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jerry's right. He says, man is hungry.
No, I know I'm right. And I know you're not gonna finish it. And you're gonna be like, oh, I have this if you want some.
So now I'm in a no-win scenario, because if I do finish it, then I'm just doing it because America doesn't think I could, and if I don't, she's right. Checkmate. Women, am I right, fellas? What did you order? I got 2 rolls of 6 pieces and a fried rice.
Okay, it'll be here in like 15 minutes. Can you pick it up?
Yeah, just have them drop inside.
It was $55.
I mean, it's Uber Eats. It's always expensive.
No, but I have Uber One, so it shouldn't have been that expensive.
All right, Blockbuster. I'm closing chat. I don't even know who I'm rooting for. I guess I'm rooting for Ava, Cat. I don't know.
I'm rooting for Ava.
Just Ava or Cat. I don't really care.
Honestly.
This seems pretty fucking easy. This might come down to speed. Because, like, you know some of these are wrong. Like,
It took Julie a few adjustments.
well, the thing is, you could also cheat on this one, too. You could just look at the other people's.
No, babe, but it's the angle that you do it in. It's not like you have 3 options. It's like, that's how it's supposed to go. So
I think you do have options. See, like, all those little holes?
No.
Yeah, it is options.
Oh, there are? That's kind of lame. I thought there was like
It's just like 2 options or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, free balling it, sort of.
Nah, they make it. They're really careful to like. I think someone's getting it first try. I think this is way easier than people anticipate.
Catherine's gonna get it.
Oh, I'd be down.
Why are they going so slowly?
I don't know. Maybe the pieces are a little weird.
I wonder if you can stop
Cats
the ball.
has a lead.
I wonder if you can stop the ball midway.
I think you should be able to. All right, Cats does not work. Cats is cooked. Kelly wins. I think Kelly won.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It looked pretty easy, to be honest. Like, I'm not surprised someone got it first try.
Oh, Kelly's a problem.
Why is Kelly eating up the blockbusters? It's so funny how she's gotten no airtime despite that. I'm down for guys. We've gotten so much at every eviction night. This is fine. I'm not pissed about this.
Yeah, Cat's done. Damn.
Cat's evicted, and I'm happy about that.
She did nothing.
Yeah, Cat is a non-factor on the season. She's tried to campaign, which I appreciate, but damn, that's like the bare minimum, huh? Ava over Cat, who goes? It's not close. Cat should be evicted. Kelly, worst, most annoying house guest ever. I don't think she cracks the top 10. But she is annoying. Do her interviews also get delayed? No, because she didn't do anything.
Did I show you the video of her dad being like, yep, she is annoying.
That is funny.
Anybody who knows Kelly will tell you that she's annoying. It was funny.
Morgan gets her way again. Morgan's missed. Totally due to things out of her control, but sure. I'm sad to see Kat go. I can't believe we get another week of Kelly. Yeah, I think it's more like you're upset Kelly's staying. I don't know why anyone would be upset Kat is going. Like, I don't know what y'all saw that I didn't. It is going to be interesting with her exit press. Did you say Kelly's optics comments? I don't know what she... Kelly's made a ton of stupid comments, but so has Kat. I think Kelly's worse, but Kat's been right there with the shit talking. She wins preschool comps and is going to act like an Olympian. Oh, here we go. Now everyone wants physical competitions back, huh? That comp was great. I think it was just too easy. Like, I don't know how you really fuck it up. But maybe there's more options than I thought. I wonder what will go on with Kat and Riley. I don't think they're going to be together. It seems unlikely to me. But I do think there is an outcome where, like, Kat and Riley are both hated. Kat comes out to a lot of negative feedback because of all the Rachel stuff. And then they link up because of that, maybe.
Yeah, like, can you imagine how much Riley is cussing right now? Or, like, has been cussing the entire week? You know what I mean? Like...
Well, people are like, Riley called them all fuckers. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
That's not it.
Kelly just moved above Tucker in my house guest rankings. That's diabolical. Say what you will about Tucker, but, like, Tucker had people in the game. You know? Tucker had allies. People to go to bat for him. Kelly, like... Unless you're just saying you like Kelly more, which fair enough, but... And I'm not a big Tucker guy. He seems like he's a very nice dude outside the show, but I was not a big fan of his character. Kelly doesn't want to quit. I'll give Kelly that as well, sure. Congrats to Kat Dunn. Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, yeah. Where's chat BCC?
Do you want to type it or me?
I'll type it.
Okay. Make sure to keep an eye on the food. Has Kelly won the most blockbusters in BB history? Yes, but come on. Really? Fuck Kat Dunn. That is timeout worthy, Will. You know what? I like you, but you don't get to say that about my friends. Cooked. Absolutely not. I have very strong opinions about that. Tucker went home because T-Core is kind of like the person who turns off power when she wants the party to be over. Tucker went home because he's potentially the worst Big Brother player of all time. That's not T-Core's fault. That was all Tucker.
Wait, Kat did post a receipt somewhere saying that
The Etsy witches?
She did get an Etsy witch for this week.
That's funny. But also, you guys have to understand, Tucker volunteered that week. Does anyone remember? Anyone remember that whole situation? I feel bad for Kat. I don't. She doesn't care about Big Brother, guys. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't care. And she didn't carry the whole season. I feel bad for her about the Riley stuff. That's an uncomfortable situation to be in, of course. But, like, being evicted, like, I don't... Kelly wants it more than Kat, I'll tell you that much. Also value in not putting up your allies. We could talk about if T-Core made a bad move, but it's undisputedly Tucker's fault. If Tucker went to T-Core and said, please don't put me up, Tucker wouldn't be on the block. If Tucker said nothing to T-Core, he's probably not going to be on the block. So, like, this is not a T-Core discussion. This is on Tucker. Did you see Vince says he wants Morgan to win HOH? They can keep the room. I don't care. She can go back to her family rather than pining for that man. Also, again, like, I'm a very simple man. Catherine brings nothing to the show or to the feeds. I don't care. Kelly, I don't like what she brings either, but after how every single blockbuster and vote has gone this season, I'm down for this one to have worked out how it's working out. It's fine. More than a fair trade-off for me. T-Core telling Kimor and Rabina that she wanted to ask Tucker to be a pawn. Yes. And why did she want to do that? Because Tucker had volunteered to be a pawn every week previous. Basically. Like, you're not going to win this argument. Like, Tucker... Sorry, Survivor Desi. My mods were supposed to do that, but I don't blame them because I have not been online. The good thing is points are imaginary, Survivor Desi, so... Keanu's probably pretty happy with that, right? Are Keanu and Kelly buds? Kelly kind of doesn't like Keanu, right? And like, was
No, they're besties.
they're besties now? That's interesting. At least one of these little coalitions stick together. Will Mickey flip? No. I mean, I don't know why the fuck she would. Like, I mean, again, this is the Target winning the blockbuster. It's pretty crazy. They should ban hugging in the house after a comp. Y'all are so annoying. Y'all are so. This is like, it's guys. It's fine. I've just seen a lot of this. Like, really, another renom probably going home. I mean, look at our season. Final 9, Cameron's a renom. Final 8, I'm a renom. Final 7, I guess, was a normal week. But like usually, pre-jury, everything's renom based. In the blockbuster, it gets a little more uncommon, maybe. So does Julie? Julie does not ask about Kat and Riley, right?
She might.
You think? I guess for casual viewers, they're just pretending like there's no issue.
What's the speech?
This is really hard. Kelly, good job. You kill it every time. I was at least a little close, so I feel slightly better about that. Ava, I love you so much. I do have to fight to stay a little bit. I want to say, if any of y'all are on the block next to Ava, you're probably going to be in the same position. She is so lovable and fantastic and wonderful, so the only thing I can say to try to convince you is that next time she's on the block, she's more than likely staying again. But yeah, if I'm best for your game, then please keep me.
That's a fine speech. What does Ava got?
I'm glad she made a pitch. She wasted too much time.
Is Ava gonna quit?
House guests. The only thing I have to say is thank you to my parents for giving me this beautiful life. I owe everything to them. Catherine, you are a chick that is as tough as nails, and I am blessed out.
Weird that she's like not looking at her. Oh, she kind of was.
I love you. I'm not gonna say a bad word about you. House guests, if it is in your best interest to keep me, YOLO.
If it's in your best interest, YOLO.
Yeah, she needs to go.
Yeah. America's turned on Ava. Ava's speech was fine too. I'm gonna turn the chat off. Good luck. God, losing Riley Cat back to back is crazy. All because of Vince. Shout outs to Vince. Y'all hate him, but he's got rid of Riley and Cat back to back. He definitely made it stressful, I'll tell you that much. He didn't make it easy on us. I like her dress. So this vote actually determines everything, right?
Yep.
Hi, beautiful Julie. You look gorgeous. Thank you. Please cast your vote to evict. I sadly vote to evict Catherine.
All right, I'm gonna open chat again. We're done. I wonder if Vince or if Keanu's still. This is the first unanimous of the season, maybe.
Hello, Keanu. Mama J, how we doing today? Doing well. How about yourself? Doing well. All right. Please cast your vote to evict. I vote to evict Catherine.
Yeah, it's all right. We got a unanimous one. Vote orders have been diabolical this season. They've been accidentally pretty fun. But yeah, it feels like the producers don't exactly know who the swings are most weeks. It's all because of Lauren and her bad gameplay. I don't think that's fair. I think if you're blaming anyone, it's Vince. Maybe you're saying Lauren using the veto on Vince was a bad idea, but in the moment, most people thought like it was a fine move. It was like a 50-50, if anything. You should get 9 penalty votes if you say sadly when voting. I like when people say sadly when it's clearly not sad. Like they're happy to vote someone out. Like Mimi would do that, and that would annoy me because it's like Mimi didn't give a shit. Amy was unanimous? Okay. Stop calling her smelly. That's mean, Grady. It's not a nice thing to say. It's not. It doesn't do anything. Keanu is different because he shit his pants, but. I sadly to evote. Yeah, that's okay. I'm with that. Why?
Just a little less, like, white.
I feel like the lighting looks okay, no?
It just looks like looks like hospital lighting. Looks like you're in Dexter's lab under his light. Like, make it a little bit more yellowish.
Tonight's the night. If Lauren never used the veto on Vince, there's a good chance he gets voted out, and the show must. Guy, don't blame this on Lauren. Like, I think that's very silly. We all thought the Lauren move was fine. It's the fact that Vince flipped for no. Like, yes, the butterfly effect exists, but I think that's silly. Are y'all decorating for fall? I don't think we're going to go crazy fall specific, but America wants to get some more older stuff in the apartment, like some more antique-y vibes.
But no decor.
Look, I don't think Lauren's played a really good game. I don't think she's played a good game, but I don't think her veto decision was a big problem.
Sorry.
Hot takes be like Lauren Satan. A little bit. Surviving the block unanimously is going to finally put a target on Ava. I don't think that's true. I think that just makes her a much more reliable pawn in the future. I think Kelly's threat level is pretty huge now, though. And it's been huge. Like, she's been the target many times. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. But everyone's going to put up, like, Keanu, Kelly. That last spot is a little bit interesting. I guess Lauren, right? Lauren's a horrible player. Yeah, I think she's one of the better players here, though, which is kind of funny. Maybe not better. She's probably, like, middle tier. Rachel's better. I think Vince is probably still better. Ashley, you can make the case for. Morgan, obviously, you can make the case for. There's a lot of people. But I think she's right in the mix with some of those people. Will. Ava's ball went in like 2 seconds after Kelly. If only she moved faster. I didn't see that, but also Ava's fine. It does suck for Ava because I'm sure Ava preferred Catherine to stay. They all seem to be moving in slow motion. Yeah, it's like they saw Keanu. I guess they didn't see Keanu's blockbuster. Maybe he described it of like slow and steady wins the race. It's like that's not the case when the puzzle's easy. When the puzzle's hard, absolutely. Did you like Sam from BB20? No. She was interesting. She was an interesting character, but she was not likable. She was kind of mean in a very kind of nasty, sexist way. You saw Keanu win vetoes slowly, though. Look, maybe. But I think Kelly staying helps Keanu, whereas Catherine staying would have helped Lauren. And I still think Keanu's a very captivating person on the show. I think Keanu has a lot more to give. I don't think Catherine and Lauren have that much more. And, like, honestly, the thing with Keanu is, like, yes, he doesn't listen to women, of course. I've seen worse, which maybe is, like, a flimsy way of excusing that kind of behavior, but, like, I like Keanu. Mike and Katie, you could ban them. I'm over it. How many warnings they need? They've been in chat for a while, but like what? Will Keanu throw a hickey vote? I think it's a hinky vote. That's funny. A hickey vote is wild. That'd be crazy. America and I pass each other in the hallway. I'd give her a hickey vote. Where do they film the blockbuster on a separate stage? It's a warehouse right next to the Big Brother, like, soundstage. We filmed our social media stuff in there. Damn, Kelly's yapping for a while. Kelly saying sorry to Riley. You have to understand, they're still operating under the impression Rachel's hated and Riley's fan favorite, you know?
Here's our real AFP though.
Will shouting out Dawn Staley? That's so sick.
Who's Dawn Staley?
I believe she's a women's college basketball coach. Is she Stanford, UConn? She's UConn? She's South Carolina? Okay. I'm not like locked into women's college basketball, but I definitely know the name. I like that Rachel took off the blazer. Don't disrespect Dawn like that. What's up, Nathan? Nathan, what are your thoughts on Micah to the Packers? I love Ashley's orange. I feel like you'd wear something like that, America.
Orange is not my color.
You love orange. She does not love orange. Mike removed a ban. Interesting. Removed a ban. What is Mike cooking up? A last minute read. I'm going home again. Yeah. Oh my god. Morgan is so funny. She's like bouncing in there. Is food here?
Oh, I forgot.
Shout out to all my dogs at the crib. That's iconic. I'll tell you what, 26, the thing you'll always give it is it had a lot of funny bits.
It's outside.
Like outside or in the door?
It's outside.
Okay, well let me...
Before the rats get it.
I have to wait for the commercial. Or the vote reveal. Alright, I'm gonna go pick up the food.
You don't want to see the questions? You'll probably be up before she even leaves the house, TBH. Just leave it open. Showman's out pre-jury's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like usually one stays or one goes or they both make it to jury, but... Is that us? Oh, that's you. Put it on the floor, not on the table. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, but it was on the floor outside. She's not even with Julie yet.
What do they put in the...
Wait, hold on. Oh.
I don't get it. What do they put in the soup they feed these house guests? Makes them all cry at evictions. Do you have a theory on that, America? Why everyone's crying the past 2 years?
I need to know what Lauren's, what are their zodiacs? Not everyone. What's
What?
Lauren's zodiac? She gives, like, Libra. Oh, she is Libra. Right? Or, no, she's a Virgo. Her birthday just happened.
Did you see Felicia bashing them for crying? Tell you what, Felicia wouldn't cry at anyone's eviction. On our season, it was just America when I was evicted, which makes sense. Blue when Jared got evicted, which makes sense. Sari when Jared got evicted kind of cried a little bit, which obviously would make sense. And I think that's it, right? I don't think anyone cried when Izzy left. Well, the Cedric one was fun because everyone loved Cedric so much. I thought that was a pretty funny outcome. She's a Virgo. Yeah, her birthday was this week, remember?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, sorry. Might be. Is it like Stockholm Syndrome? I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just your emotions get very wrapped up in the game, and I think you're just like at an emotional breaking point. So like a thing that usually wouldn't make you cry might make you cry. Well, anyways, we gotta run this song back, right? It's not the song I thought it was gonna be. Shoutouts, Cat. Cat for All Stars. In doubt, do you understand why I'm playing the song? Think. Use all the neurons. We'll be together then. And you really said, actually, listen to the lyrics. This is about a father and a son's relationship, which does not apply to Kat, who is neither a father nor son. Her name's Kat. It's that simple. Sorry, Inda. I didn't mean to characterize you as, actually.
Questions.
All right, let's see what Julie asks.
Might not give me Riley questions. I'd be surprised though.
Who do you feel most betrayed by, especially with that vote?
Honestly, kind of no one. I really expected with Ava. I mean, I thought I'd maybe for sure have two, maybe three, but anything more than that felt like a pipe dream a little bit. Yeah, I felt like I would have Lauren for sure.
Who do you think the one vote was to not evict you?
Who was it?
It was Lauren, but then again, I don't. Maybe not. I don't know. I would like to believe it's Lauren.
You are correct.
Okay.
The other two you probably thought you could get would be Kelly and Keanu.
Kelly and Keanu, yeah.
Why do you think they did vote to keep you?
I think that they
What
were
a silly
trying
question. Like, obviously, it's, you know.
Well, they're trying to fill up airtime. They don't want to ask her about
my
Riley.
fourth vote if I could get a fourth, and she'd lied to all of us at least 5 times, and about very big things. So even when I was talking, I was saying repeatedly, Mickey has the best like history, but
Well,
I don't think anyone cares, Glowfire.
Vince did contemplate putting up Rachel instead of you.
good.
How big of a mistake is it keeping Rachel in this game?
I don't know if they're going to ask. I mean, the last question would be about Riley if they ask anything, but.
It's so annoying.
No, her and Riley. The interview ended. They didn't ask. Our episode froze. Alliance reveal. Oh, they're revealing the judges. They showed Mickey instead of Morgan in the judges. What the fuck?
It was just formed a couple of weeks ago. It's Vince, Rachel, Will, Ashley, and Morgan. Thoughts?
They said Morgan,
Thoughts are
but they're just showing Mickey by accident. What a weird mistake.
not a surprise, and yeah, it's very similar to what Mickey wanted, I think, with me and Riley, but we weren't as on board.
Let's talk about you and Riley because you spent the majority of your
The show's so bad sometimes.
showmance with him.
I did.
Some thought that you were not as into the relationship as Riley
Oh.
was.
Okay.
Were you, or was it game, or was it something else?
I think I was into it as Riley was. I really, really like Riley.
Yeah, what a silly question to ask her.
I was heartbroken when he left, and it was really, really hard.
Well, it's because CBS wants to be like, see, she does like him.
only
But
because I
like,
stayed in the game
they
when
framed the
he was
question
playing,
like
and
people have been
I
critical of
ended
you,
up kind
Catherine.
of doing that and kind of being attached at the hip with him because I was like, no matter what, Riley's the reason I'm still here now. You know, I think I would have left way earlier without him.
There's nothing for her to find out really. Like she was there for every interaction.
Your housemates take some goodbye messages.
Maybe Desi, not as closely as Big Brother, of course.
Catherine, my heart is literally breaking doing this message. Please know that you are always
But
loved.
see, like her being like, oh my god, like the only reason I made it this far is because of Riley, is because of how much Riley would like drill into her, like I am protecting you. You are untouchable because of me. You know what I mean? When it's not true. Like Riley wasn't doing shit.
I asked
Yeah.
Eagle Lip not to put you on the block this week. Obviously, he didn't listen. Love you, girl. Keep your head held high.
Catherine, if you're seeing this right now, I'm probably an absolute mess. I am so thankful to have such a genuine friend like you in this house. I cannot wait to hang out with you outside of here, and I love you so much.
Final thoughts, including, do you want to pursue a relationship with Riley outside of the house?
I think I will see what happens on a day by day.
Classic answer.
Yeah, I've missed him so much since he's been gone, and it's one of the few bright sides I feel like is that I get to reconnect with him now.
Catherine, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Godspeed to you.
Godspeed is so funny.
Well, babe, what she's gonna find out is that everyone hates.
That's what she's gonna find out. Yeah.
7 Central as the head of household plays out, and 3 more house guests are put up on the chopping block. Then on Wednesday at 8/7 Central, it's the Power Veto competition when BB26's
Oh.
unforgettable Angela
Crazy eyes.
returns to surprise the
They'll
house.
actually know Angela.
Thursday, it's a critical eviction night.
Them bringing back Felicia and Angela is fun.
Guess who survived
I
the
love
night
that.
will make it to at least the Big Brother jury.
So the jury's 7 confirmed. We all assumed.
Plus, the mastermind returns live with an insidious invitation for the house guests.
So what? It's a split house or something. I mean, that'll be the start of jury. So we're gonna have one normal eviction, and then the mastermind's gonna pull some shit. Final 9 twist.
24/7.
Okay.
For now,
Split house, you can't do it final 9, guys. There's no way.
Angela Chavez.
Damn.
That would be goofy as hell.
That's crazy. I can't believe Cat left.
I think I prefer Kelly in there than Kat. I could go either way. I really don't care. Julie loves problematic relationships herself. Damn. I don't know why I read that out loud. Yeah, well, you know. Love is love. I mean, what are you going to do? So I think in this season at this point, I'm basically rooting for Rachel, Ashley, and I want Keanu to hang around. I would like Keanu to keep winning vetoes to save himself because, look, compared to Tucker, compared to even Cameron, like, and Cameron played hard, but like Keanu fucking runs around playing Big Brother. Like he plays a lot, and I do find him pretty fun to watch. Keanu be annoying me? Oh, of course. No, he's annoying, but I'm still pretty pro Keanu. I just want the big players to be in the end game. So I'm hoping Kelly goes. I'm hoping Ava goes soon. Mickey, I think, could go anytime at this point. I feel like, does anyone else get this feeling that Mickey's going to be the first member of the jury after all of her Rachel talk?
What are you doing? Why did you knock over my lamp? Be careful.
I don't think I did.
You literally
Oh, was
did.
it? No, it was the stool hitting the lamp. Ooh, George and Mandy. Who will be the second juror? The second juror feels like a Vince or Rachel moment, right? Do you think it'll be a live HOH after the West Coast? No. That'd be crazy if it was, but I feel like every single indication you could possibly imagine would imply no. Matlock watch party seems unlikely. You and Rachel in the same club? Rachel's in a lot of clubs over her time in reality TV. Stay live for a bit longer because we, it's got to be a 2-hour stream for Factor. So I'll stream for another 10, 15 minutes maybe. Let me, feels like Morgan's week. Oh, I disagree with that. I did go to the PB cruise, yes. 5 minutes left. Sometimes they want me to go a little bit over, though, because it doesn't start registering the time in the first second. Let's do a tier list. Player rankings. This is just an HOH tier list. Who do we want to be HOH? So front runner is just the best outcome. Contender is a good outcome. Okay is okay. Danger is yikes. And then yikes is yikes, yikes. A Rachel HOH is always an awesome outcome. Our Rachel HOH is sick. Are you kidding me? Duh. That would be sick. I mean, Rachel, I think, would probably put up Kelly, Lauren, and probably Keanu. Right? At mods ban. Zach probably won't win HOH. Vince cannot win HOH. That answers that. All right. Bye, Vince. Morgan would be a very interesting HOH. The fuck does Morgan do? Like, Morgan would put up, I guess, Lauren and Kelly for sure. And Keanu, right? Yeah, she's actually pretty simple. She does not have an easy replacement nom. I think she probably puts up Ava as the replacement, right? No way she puts up Mickey. I don't think that would make sense. But she would be a terrible HOH. Like, I think she would be pretty insane. But it'd be fun. About to interview Bo for BB6. Bo is an interesting character. I think you'll have a good time. I think she'd backdoor Mickey. I think she'd more likely put up Ava than Mickey, is my guess. Mickey HOH would be fucking crazy. I'm going to say contender just because she'd be kind of dreadful, I'd assume. But, yeah, I think Mickey would be fun. I mean, you know, again, fun is a complicated word, but I think she'd probably put up the same people, but again, replacement nom would be really interesting. Morgan wants to backdoor Keanu. Same difference. She, you know, puts up Ava initially then, maybe. But Mickey HOH would be a crazy outcome. You'd have to be locked into feeds. Lauren, I'm going to say okay. It would be nice to see the judges turn on each other a bit, but I think they would probably pretty easily turn on Rachel, just because she'd be like an easy scapegoat for that side. But it would be interesting to see the balance of power shift a bit. Hopefully Rachel would find some way to survive. Imagine the mastermind has some twist that saves her. Oh, God. People would be so annoying. People being me. Then we go to Kelly, who I'm going to say yikes because I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Again, I guess it'd be the same as Lauren HOH, but I can't do that one. That's not one I can handle. I think it's going to be a double. It definitely could be. That's definitely the easiest, most obvious answer. Keanu would be awesome. I think Keanu probably tries to spare Rachel, but there's also a great chance he doesn't. But it would be very interesting watching Rachel have to, like, bend the knee to Keanu. Like, that would be hilarious. A Keanu HOH, we need one this season. And maybe now's the time. Yeah, production makes such silly decisions. I don't know why. Catherine can't win HOH. Rough. Will? I mean, Will, I think, would just be pretty straightforward, right? Like, he puts up Kelly, Keanu, Lauren, and then his replacement nom is Mickey, right? Like, I don't think there's much ambiguity there. But Ashley Morgan, Will for Keanu. I don't know if Keanu puts up Will. Maybe Ashley Morgan, Mickey. Still doesn't like Mickey. He doesn't know about the judges, so he doesn't know who exactly is in it and who's not. I don't think Will's going on the block. I think there's just like a vibe in the house that Will shouldn't go up. Keanu doesn't like Will? Maybe. I don't think Keanu would listen to anyone, though. I don't think he'd listen to Vince, right? Ava! Honestly, Ava would be kind of interesting, because, like, she probably puts up... I mean, there's no one obvious, right? Keanu is obvious. She's targeting Keanu, but, like, Kelly or Lauren, what does she do? She puts up Mickey, but doesn't she kind of like Mickey? She used to, at least. Oh, Vince. Yeah, no, Vince goes up. Forgot about Vince. But I know Ava, she hates Mickey now. Okay. Again, I've been kind of checked out. I don't want to act like I haven't been. Okay, because I know she used to be one of the people who was weirdly pro-Mickey, despite everyone else hating Mickey. Ava putting up Ashley would be kind of crazy, but she does hate Ashley. I know that. I think Ava would be interesting because she'd put up some judges. She'd keep some people safe. How's Ava and Kelly? Because I feel like Ava's more of a thing with Lauren and Catherine. But are Ava and Kelly somewhat chill? I'm sure she's annoyed by Kelly. Warming up to Ashley. That's good. Good for Ashley. I mean, Ashley's pulling jury votes from the jaws of defeat. They're on fine terms. Okay. So if she's pressured, I could see a Kelly renom, maybe. Just seems like a pretty obvious choice. Low-key, Ava should look at Morgan. I think a lot of people should be looking at Morgan if they're making, like, the strategically optimal move. But that's not how Big Brother works. People don't do that. I don't think Will and Rachel try to protect Mickey. No. But Morgan and Ashley do. I think Will would have a lot of chirping from, like, Ashley and Morgan to protect her. But I don't know if Will's the type to fold. Will is very, like, passive in terms of, like, he's not going to argue a ton, but I don't think he's the type to get, like, bulldozed over and have someone run his HOH, you know? I think people will be looking at Morgan and Vince together, but that's fine, because Vince, like, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Morgan goes out before Vince, and then that problem solves itself. And I think Morgan probably beats Vince in a final, too. Unless the perception of Vince is like, damn, we really let Vince get to the end. Are you kidding me? I don't click on Twitter links, JJ. Will should probably intentionally lose till the judges turn on each other. I don't think so. I think Will would benefit a lot from an HOH. Just in terms of, like, gaining some respect. No, you're fine, JJ. Just, like, establishing himself as, like, an active player in the game if he ends up making the final two. Because he doesn't have any worries about, like, security. It's just respect in the end. So I think for him it is important to get a comp winner too. Will can get Lauren out. Yeah, that was one of the funniest conversations. Will saying he hasn't talked to Lauren in 2 weeks. Cracked me up. It's like, Will, what do you think about Lauren? He's like, I haven't spoken to her in 2 weeks. Do you think Ava should put Kelly up? No. I think Ava needs to target the judges. And not all of them, but, like, if she has a problem with some of them, she's got to put them up. Like, she needs Vince out of the game. She also, again, I think Ava's correct target is actually Morgan. Which sounds crazy, but I think that's the play. I don't think Will has no win equity, but I think he has less than people claim, or people think. But I think Ava targeting Morgan is the right play. Targeting, like, Morgan and Vince as a duo. I forget people are allied in groups. People don't spill that much. The only people who spill are, like, Keanu. And Rachel, to be fair, to Keanu. But for as bad as some of these players are, they're pretty tight-lipped, a lot of them. As long as Kelly's in the game, everyone else has win equity. Yeah, I mean, that's the logic with, like, Felicia, too. Like, as long as Felicia's in the game, Bowie can get jury votes, you know? America could beat Felicia. America could beat Bowie, like... But Kelly can't get to the end. There's no way. Is Keanu back in with Rachel now? Don't ask questions like that. Who knows? It's fine, Lila. I'm just gonna stick with my thing. My policy on it. Angela's gonna make Kelly cry. Yeah, it's funny. That is a good one. That's a good one. Do you think it would have been a good move for Mickey to evict Ava? If Mickey could get Vince on board, yeah. If like she actually like managed to swing Vince and like flip the house, yeah. Because Mickey just needs to do some shit. You know what I mean? Oh, people are gonna be rough with Zingbot this year. No way Zingbot says something about Morgan and Vince. They might. They've done that in the past with Christine. I will say I'm kind of glad that the Morgan Vince thing, like Vince is the one in the relationship, because I feel like so often the woman gets dogpiled. Topic of Ashley starting to play more. I'm not thinking she's going to be a better player just like that, but I'm hoping it means she's going to want to play more actively, which could get interesting. I think Ashley's been playing pretty actively. Like, not as active as Morgan, but no one's as active as Morgan. Does your Zing still live rent-free in her head? America sang it yesterday, but that was because Dexter was singing, what is it called? America the Bold?
America the Beautiful.
It's America the Beautiful. A zing about Morgan not sticking on the wall but sticking to Vince would be epic. I like epic. It's going to be the cringiest line in the Vampire Diaries history. It's so dated. Alright, let's see if I've hit my sponsored thing.
I don't want to close it because I don't want to get the soy sauce on it.
I should be pretty damn close. I'll stream for another 3 minutes, but... Actually, no. I'm going to turn off stream and then fade out with music. Any song requests? I'm going to play some Taylor in a celebration of her engagement, okay? Alright, y'all. I'm going to put the starting soon screen on. So, anyways, it's been a fun stream. Shout-outs to Kelly. You know what? She's good at these carnival games. Got to give her respect. Streaming this weekend? I'll stream this weekend at least once or twice. I'll probably stream twice in the long weekend because I have 3 days.
Oh, that's right.
Any updates on the Patreon? We're filming, I think, The Genius today is the plan. So. Anywho, good night, y'all. Enjoy some Taylor.